Think about the last time you had to study for a big exam or a quiz. Did you panic and reread all your notes? Or maybe you sat down and binged on 10 weeks of lectures in one night. These are examples of horrible study methods. Please stop. Don't do that anymore. Let us tell you all about the generation effect. You're probably wondering what the generation effect is. The generation effect explains the phenomenon where you are better at remembering content that you come up with compared to simply copying or rereading. One example of this effect is generating missing letters for a word. Words that are generated are easier to recall. This effect has also been found for pictures and even math problems. Having to conjure up the answers is much better for retrieval than simply reading the sum.
So it has nothing to do with different generations in a family?
Not quite. Let me give you an example. When you learn new information, you are encoding it into your memory. Roshna and colleagues found that actively generating information during encoding improves later memory performance. They found that the generation effect was associated with a neural network that involves the prefrontal and posterior cortex of the brain. Guski and Rabinowitz demonstrated the generation effect on a word recall task. Participants had to memorize a list of 60 target words. Half of the words had to be generated, which involved 2 missing letters, kind of like hangman. The other half were whole words that participants had to read out loud. After a short break, they were given a recall test where they had to respond with a yes or a no for whether they had seen the word previously. In this phase, half the words were whole words, while the other half had missing letters, where participants had to regenerate the words before answering. The results showed that participants were better at recognizing words they had to generate during memorization compared to the words they just had to read. Let's talk about some ways you can apply the generation effect. Did you learn your compass points with never eat soggy Weet-Bix? This is an example of a mnemonic, which is a pattern of letters, words, or ideas strung together to help you remember something.
How about we try creating our own? Nasally, elephants, sound, weird.
By generating your own mnemonic, this will help with long-term memory. Now, how can I use the generation effect to study more effectively? Try using flashcards or answering practice questions without looking at the answer sheet. Both strategies promote effective study because you have to come up with the answers yourself. So, next exam season, make sure you take advantage of this effect. Being engaged in the learning process means your brain is deliberately encoding and retaining information into your memory. So tell me in your own words, what is the generation effect?